boy, where you been? It's TeeJay the artist. You rockin' with me. You are the smartest, and we back with another video, man. And we need to finish this video. So, yeah, it's James Harden versus, well, one James Harden fan versus 10 James Harden haters. Let's get straight into it. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's do it. Could you turn me up in the headphones a little bit?
My next claim is that drawing fouls is a skill, and James Harden has mastered it.
I do believe that it's a skill. I do also think, in the same breath, don't call it. It slowed the game down, bro. I dislike it, but let's get into it.
James Harden ruined Mother's Day for me, okay? Game 7 against Boston. Me and my mom, awful. It was awful.
I'm sorry.
First of all, because he has to try and draw fouls in the postseason. I get regular season. You could draw fouls. They're going to call it. But in the postseason, you can't do that. So drawing fouls is an awful way to play the game of basketball. It's an awful way. And
I dislike it.
Joel Embiid does it, and I think it rubbed off when James Harden had that stint with the 76ers, okay? It was brutal. It rubbed off. And I can't stand watching it. Now, playing that style of basketball hurts him in the postseason. When he tries to score in the
and he don't get them calls
postseason, and in game 7s, it does not work. He can only shoot the 3, right? Well, guess what? He only shot 22% from 3 in game 7s throughout his career. In his last 2 games, in game 7s, 7 points, 9 points. Because guess what? He can't draw the fouls. When it matters most, drawing fouls and playing that style is meaningless.
Oh, that's interesting.
He got you, bro.
Take. I mean, certainly, if we're going to talk, let's get to the regular season a little bit first, because we're talking about scoring, we're talking about impact, and the fact that it's a skill, right? Now, the thing that's frustrating to me is that, have you ever seen before he ever played a player like maybe shot fake and then jump into the defender and draw a foul?
It's a soft way to play.
But like people want to consider that like some sort of novel thing that he was doing that no one else was doing, and it was fine for decades and decades, and now it's not fine for him.
I'll give you credit. He kind of started it, and everyone else has done it, but it's an awful way to play the game.
He didn't start it, because Dwayne Wade was doing that. I do believe Kobe was doing that. You can find clips of a lot of people doing that before James Harden. I think what James Harden kind of invented was hooking arms and stuff. Like, that's what I think.
Well, okay, so
it's awful because he's not getting good buckets. He's not getting good buckets. And then when he has to step out and shoot the 3 and then bait people, doesn't matter, because when it matters most, that play does not work.
Yeah, my argument would have been certainly on the drives. It's an awful way to play basketball when the defender keeps fouling him. Why is it awful when it's a defender who just literally he goes like this and they just hack down on his arms
all the time? Yeah, like
so you don't like the head snap back or whatever,
I
right?
like good defense, and because of James Harden, guess what? You can't touch him because he's faking, he's flopping, he's doing all this, and then when he can't shoot the 3,
what's a fake? They literally are hitting him across the wrists. It's like what would you want the refs to do? Yeah, but your point about what was frustrating as a coach and watching that is that he gets in the playoffs and they literally are fouling him. And
he can't play tough basketball. That's the thing. He can't play tough basketball. He can't play physical basketball. So when he's flopping and he's trying to draw a foul, guess what? He's not going to get those points, and that's why he doesn't have a title, because that's the way he plays. That's why he can't get.
Yeah, them refs stop calling it, and it's like, bro, just get a bucket. You're James Harden. You're supposed to be the king of buckets. You know what I'm saying? And then it gets to the playoffs and they stop calling it. It's like, why won't you change your style during the game to get buckets? We know James Harden can get buckets, but it's like when he do the foul stuff a lot, and then in the most important time when they stop making those calls, it's like, bro, all right, stop fishing for the foul and get the bucket, bro. You know you can get the bucket. Just do that.
Further in the playoffs.
But he keeps going with it, and they not calling nothing, and then you end up with 7 points or something like that.
Way in the postseason.
Oh, I think you have to argue that certainly when it's in the heliocentric prime, a lot of it had to do with much more with the team and the
it's an excuse. It's always an excuse for James. Always.
Listen, let's talk about it. You're a basketball coach, right?
Yeah.
So again, if you're talking about art form, basketball is the sweet science. pass the ball, keep everybody in motion, keep everybody engaged. If I got a player who's always herky-jerky, what are the other 4 guys going to do on the floor? Watch him just, do the head.
2 old heads talking to each other. This man said herky-jerky.
Headshot and smack the arm. Again, it's bad basketball, number one, and it disenfranchises the rest of your team. How can we win ball games? Even how great Harden is, I give him, he's a great talent. He's not a all-time great, but he pretty much puts people off kilter. How can we flow and play the game of basketball the way it's been designed to play?
I think isn't part of the game of basketball, getting free throws?
It's not necessarily getting free throws in the act of playing the game. But you're talking about James Harden. He might as well go to Hollywood. He's in L.A. right now. He might as well go play Hollywood and call Martin Scorsese, because all he does is make different plays, head nod, you hit me in the face. And that's why in the playoffs, it doesn't work, because we know the whistle gets tight in the playoffs. And you're not going to get those small ticky-tack fouls. And if that's what you're going to rely on, then you're not going to win ball games.
Yeah. I agree, and I think that's why James Harden has adjusted his game as he's gone older as well, and he's developed a floater, and he's developed pull-up shots.
But the argument is about, you said he made it an art form. Don't change the argument. The argument's about the art form.
Oh, he on your ass. He on your ass. I love it when people try to deter from what the topic is. I like if a person puts them back in play. Like, he just said, look, they stopped blowing the whistle on this. Then what did he start saying? Well, that's why he developed You said that drawing fouls is a skill. James Harden mastered it. Now all of a sudden you talk about he developed a floater. No, we not talking about the floater.
What art form?
Get on it.
Somebody throws garbage and shoots a garbage, a soda bag in a garbage pail, and that's an art.
He's from Boston.
Oh, I got a great form to get into the garbage. No, that's not basketball.
Is that a Boston hat?
Naismith didn't make the game for people to do herky-jerky.
Herky-jerky.
Makes everybody out rhythm.
Well, how about this? So, I'm coming around a ball screen, and they got hands all over me on my waist, and they're pushing, which is, a real effect on you when you're trying to do it. Why not pull up for the 3-point shot then, and you draw the foul? It will open up the game for you after that. Then you can get more advantages later, because they'll have to keep their hands. And you see the guys that put their hands behind their back. That's great. That's what you want the defense to do, to not be aggressive anymore.
Do we agree that fouls are semantic? Sometimes, hey, listen, some officials call the games tighter than others. So again, if we're waiting on the foul to get bailed out every time, then it's not conducive basketball. It's not helping us win. Now, again, he's good enough to get away with it, and maybe in a stretch, he has in your mind, created this great art form. I disagree with that, but the reality is that it stops the flow of basketball. You're a coach. Would you want your player doing herky-jerky plays when he's got maybe a guy on the wing or a big in the middle?
Yeah, because, certainly Harden...
Really? How many games do you win?
Well, Harden is the guy who would still hit that player and create the open shots for them. Remember, he's led the league in assists twice, because he's able to facilitate that and find that success with those teams that weren't even that great. So Harden is not guilty of a guy who's just an ISO who doesn't shoot it, doesn't pass.
Not to cut you off, you also criticize the fact of his teammates. So if you're saying he's like...
I said this in the last video. He has been saying he ain't got no teammates for the longest. Now all of a sudden, he got some people he can hit.
It's a great passer. Oh. Why not rely on that, and why rely on the antics? Because that's antics.
He's among the league leaders in assists all the time. He's definitely setting up his teammates, and he's getting advantages. That's the whole name of the game. You want to create an advantage, however you want to do that. And if they're going to be trying to be extra physical with you, and then now you got them thinking, oh, I got to be careful about that. That's a success. That's what you want as an offensive player.
The bottom line, coach, it takes the air out the ball, and when you take the air out the ball, you got 0 rings.
Okay.
He was on you.
Okay, so here's my thing. You said a lot of good things about James, but my question is, with this art form, why hasn't he won with it? That's my simple question.
Well, I think we don't have to say like the art of drawing fouls doesn't necessarily mean that will then win you games, right? We're kind of focusing on the fact that he's trying to maximize his impact on the game in the half court, right? So that's really what that focus is. It's almost saying, well, if you're going to run suicides, that's why you won a title, right? It's a very small piece of all these things, and that's why when we're going to get to the winning part, it's hard because again, so many
new angle
involved about whether a team gets there. Why didn't Barkley ever win a title? Why didn't Stockton ever win a title?
But we know why James didn't win a title. It's because he don't show up. And it's like when you're using certain things to, like an art form to draw fouls, it's supposed to win games and knock down free throws. James strengths every time he get in the clutch. Every time. every time. Like I say, he had multiple superstars on his team, and none of his antics work. That's all I'm saying. So at some point, we have to start holding guys accountable. You know what I'm saying? Start holding guys accountable.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like the skill of it goes, and we see this with SGA now, the ability to pull off of the dribble at any time you want is a huge skill that a lot of players do not have. They all have to do their normal cadence, 1-2, and whatever. The defense can time that and block those shots and get in their way. So when Harden is the guy who invented this, basically, where at any moment he wanted to, he could pull up into a shot. And we now see that. All these players are doing this now. That again, back to the influence he's had on the game. That's really profound. Now, I guess if you don't like it aesthetically, okay, but the bottom line is if you're going to be able to draw fouls and then get the other team in foul trouble and get to the free throw line, that is only good from an offensive standpoint.
Yeah, it's only good for a minute, but then when they get to the playoffs and they don't call it, now you look crazy.
Using the word influential.
Yeah.
He influenced the game to be soft. He's the most softest influential
wow.
player ever. That's what it is.
Well, do we think soft is the right word?
Soft, yeah, soft. And let's talk about a guy who can't go right, and he keeps going left, right?
Yeah.
So like when it comes to James, like I don't, cause you guys cover a lot of things that I want to say, but I just want to come on here and tell you like he is the softest influential player ever. And,
Oh wow.
and Dwayne Wade is better at the art form of drawing fouls. Y'all remember Dwayne Wade used to, you know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. So like he's definitely better than James in that regards. But I mean, a lot of things you said about James is factual, but it's other things to counterfeit that makes him look fraudulent. I think he's the biggest scam artist in the NBA.
Oh, he going crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting that we can acknowledge like Dwayne Wade did a lot of the same
Yikes.
stuff. Why doesn't he engender the same ill will as Harden did? Because all because of the rings, huh?
Because he got rings.
All because he had Shaq and he had the other teammates.
3
with him.
championships.
See, there you go again. Oh, because he had Shaq and because it does not act like Dwight ain't have no superstars that he played with. Don't do that.
0 championships.
Yeah, because
It's all about winning. So, because I knew once I started talking about winning and letting your art form translate to winning, I know you couldn't say anything. I knew you couldn't say anything. So, I mean, you guys did a great job covering everything, but I think it's gonna kill it for you. I think right now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep pointing to the fact that like when he was doing that in the prime, like we're talking about, he had Daniel House. He's passing it to, and that's who's out there.
There you go. He had Daniel House that he put. Y'all, they always try to downgrade the teammates, bro. He was passing it to Daniel House. Okay, bro.
Don't disrespect him.
Sorry.
Yep.
I like Daniel House.
Next topic, but we're gonna stop this one here. We're gonna get into the next one in the next video. It's gonna drop probably either tomorrow or right after this one, however I had it set up. Let's get into the next video after this one. Peace.